Something I thought was interesting about this play is the way that it starts with Hermia's father threatening to kill her if she doesn't marry Demetrius. This was a very shocking start to the play, and I thought it definitely got the reader's attention. It's also interesting because it starts with the way that women are depicted in the play as being lesser because of the father's dominance over her, but then that initial impression is later shattered by the way that gender roles are kind of dissolved a little bit later in the play. The values that are represented in this dramatic world, one of them is love, but also the way that it is kind of in coordinates with hate and violence. There's obviously love involved in the four people that are kind of the main characters of the play, but also you see violence when those characters aren't getting what they want. For example, with Hermia and her father, which we saw at the beginning, and then also with Demetrius and how he loves Hermia initially by hating Helena, basically, and he then can only later love Helena when he is tricked to hate Hermia. So it seems like you need hate to have that love at all. Another value is the balance between fantasy and reality. When Theseus states that lovers, madmen, and poets all have equally abilities to fantasize, and Shakespeare highlights the way that human emotion alters our perceptions. So, for example, when Aegeus, the father, accuses Lysander of bewitching Hermia to fall in love with him, that is just showing that his emotions have taken over, because we all know that Aegeus actually was being really cruel to his daughter Hermia, and he's just trying to distract from that and place the blame on Lysander. Something that confused me was the word shrewishness. When Helena says, "I pray you that you mock me, gentlemen, don't let her hurt me. I have no gift in shrewishness," and what that means is a nature given to nagging or scolding. And it just shows that Helena wasn't good with insults, and that she didn't want Hermia to hurt her and actually didn't want to be fighting her at all. Gender is depicted in the beginning, how men are dominant to women, just with Hermia and her father, his role on her, and the Duke that wanted to marry the women that he conquered in the battle, and also the king and queen of the fairies that are in battle with each other. But then those gender roles are dissolved a little bit when the magical love juice tricks the men, and they become actually in the passive role, and the women become in control. And Hermia actually gets to be with the one she loves, and Helena tricks Demetrius into loving her, and they actually become the powerful ones. So I think that shows that masculine and femininity don't always need to be so black and white. I think it's entertaining how Shakespeare kind of messes with those. I think that men playing the role of women can kind of confuse the audience, but also it's kind of funny because it emphasizes even more that men can have feminine attributes and vice versa. My two questions are the tension between various men and women ever resolved in the play? Why or why not? And how do you imagine Puck's character looking? Do you think he looks like a normal fairy, or do you picture him as more of a human character?